Reproduction of organisms and their cells. The reproduction of organisms, it refers to the producing of organisms, and the reproduction of cell refers to the process in which every single cells reproduce. In every organism, just like the bacteria, protozoans, many algae, and some fungi, they are synonymous or similar to the cell reproduction. In reproduction, there are two types, the asexual reproduction and the sexual reproduction. In a sexual reproduction is a mode of reproduction in which there is a simple division or one parent is involved only, and in this case the cells divide and there's no fusion of gametes, so the offspring of the cell are genetically identical to the parent. Eukaryotes can reproduce both asexually through mitosis and sexually through meiosis, and in mitosis, one cells divide to produce two genetic identical cells. Binary fission. This method of asexual reproduction is employed in most prokaryotes and some protozoans. In this process, the single cells divides into two and it results to have two daughter cells. Multiple fission. This is the division of the parent cells into numerous daughter cells in adverse condition, and the algae and the fungi are the examples that reproduce by this method. Budding. In this type of reproduction, a new organism grows in the form of a bud on or inside the parent body, and this bud grows to form an adult. For example of the cell is the yeast cell. It has nucleus and its cell contains cytoplasm. In the reproduction process, the yeast cell sent out from its cell, and that's we call the bud. The nucleus of the parent cells divides into two and the one nucleus is sent into the bud. Then finally, the bud separates from one parent cell and grows into a new cell of yeast. The next part of the asexual reproduction is the spore formation. In these types of reproduction, some plants produce tiny spherical cells called spores that grow into new individuals. The spores are so light that they can float through the air. The mushroom, molds, ferns, and mosses are reproduced by this method. Regeneration. In this method, the parent body breaks into pieces and each piece can grow into a new individuals. Planaria and starfish are the example in where these are capable of regeneration. Fragmentation. In this reproduction, the plant body breaks into two or more fragments on pieces upon maturation, and each fragment develops into a new organisms. Example of fragmentation is the spirogmia. Vegetative propagation. It is seen in plants. Here, the new species are formed from vegetative parts of plants. And that's all about the asexual reproduction. The sexual unicellular organisms, these are the gametes that can be produced by division, or it can be a multiple fission. I said a while ago that the multiple fission is the division that can have a numerous daughter cells, or it can be a mini number of algae.